as well.
Exactly, and here we go. Map picks. We do see the Cursed Hollow here for the map pick here. But like you said, I want to see how Tempest kind of maneuvers and utilizes the new map picks after kind of feeling how it feels to kind of get zoned by Gen.G's Deckard Cain. Will they take it away? Will they ban it? We'll have to see. Or like you said, will they take away the Rainer so they don't have to kind of dive into get rid of such a strong DPS here?
Yeah, that's where we know that. I think the two heroes I would say no matter what do not change in this draft for the bans will be Thrall and Gen.G.
Yeah.
I think those will definitely be the two bans that come through here, even though it's a far cry from what we saw in the first series. That was towards the lower end of HGC Korea. At the highest level, they make such an impact that you just have to see them no matter what. Like the Thrall, we did not see banned a single time in that previous set, but
Yeah.
I think that as soon as the Gen.G ban comes through, or vice versa, Tempest could be the ones to ban the Thrall, Gen.G just lock it in immediately. But what happens next is where things change. That's when Tempest has the opportunity to take a different path. Thrall is taken by them, so Gen.G will ban the Gen.G. Here's where things could diverge. If they ban the Diablo here,
Yeah.
it leads me to believe they will take the Deckard. If they ban the white main, then that's going to force a Deckard ban,
Yep.
potentially a ban from Gen.G.
To see what they ban. All right, so the Diablo and the Deckard probably will stay alive because I'm pretty sure the white main will be banned. There
Yep.
we go. Deckard stays alive.
So should be the Deckard.
There we go.
They're not going to change paths here.
Not wasting time. He's alive. Take
But
him.
when we have the same draft, notice the
Yeah.
difference that Gen.G takes here. They take a completely different approach. They take Hanzo early.
Yep.
And he's very powerful on this map, obviously, so there's a different reason for that. But they also want to make sure they can't be support choked. That Malfurion will be available no matter what. This forces a big... I want to say it forces Tempest to kind of think further about the tank line now.
Yeah.
Because Tempest took a Nubarak early last time, and this time Gen.G is leaving tanks open, so especially when you take such a predictable tank like a Nubarak early,
Yeah.
it makes it easy for your opponent to react and draft. And now Tempest doesn't know which path that Gen.G is looking to take with tanks.
Exactly. And you guys did see the quick picks on Hanzo and Malfurion on the side of Gen.G. And I also want to, it's a quick side note. Malfurion and Hanzo, they've been played 9 times in Part 1 Phase 2, and they're 100% win rate for Gen.G. So right now, these two heroes, the first two heroes on Gen.G, they're 100% win rate. Will they be 100 after this round?
I mean, that's the
Kinda curious,
question.
yeah.
You know, when you give Sake such a consistent support like Malfurion, even with the nerfs, you know, it's terrifying. He doesn't have the survivability with Ice Block that he's had throughout his entire support career, but now we're going to see the solo laner for sure coming out here for Gen.G. It's going to be the Blaze, and they do take the Anubarak, so small smile here from Kyocha as they are in some ways mirroring what Tempest did in a different order.
Exactly. So for the Dehaka, they still keep the Blaze on
But
their lineup.
does Tempest take the Rainer? Are they confident and comfortable enough that with Phoenix, it's a very different lineup than it is with the Li Ming, that they can actually utilize Rainer here? It's a bit of a risk. They take the Li Ming instead.
Okay, they're gonna stay with the leaving. Take that and see what Gen.G goes with for their last pick.
It's always good to have 2 types of damage, one ability damage and one auto attack. Even though Phoenix can build into ability power, he's more of an auto attacker, so they keep the diversity there. For Gen.G, they're looking for the final DPS, and it will be the Junkrat.
Alright, Junkrat, one of those heroes that could make a difference, shoot over walls, you know, the Riptire doing so much damage as we even saw in round 1 or in the first series.
There's a lot of ways to set up fights with it as well. Concussive Mine into a Burrow Charge into Blaze Stun, for example. They've got a lot of crowd control. They've got a lot of ways to control the boss.
Yeah, so it just seems as if the Gen.G picks kind of work out against Deckard. Even if Deckard zones them out, Gen.G still has some heroes that could do the damage output from afar. And you know, Tempest did not have that in the first game, but this time around, Gen.G has that.
We'll see if Tempest can control the map using Deckard the same way. The onus will be on Hyde this time, the support player for Tempest, to be able to do what Sake was able to achieve last game. If he's able to make sure that even when CC hits, it's just too risky for Hanzo and Junkrat to kind of join in on the point, then we have a very different, or we have a very similar game. If he cannot do that, we have a different game.
Definitely.
Lockdown will continue to play off lane. So that new role, remember, still, I think, optimizing right now and figuring out how the communication is going to work for them in that way, especially because now this time he's not on a global, which he was known for playing solo lane Falstad in the past. And the Sonya on every occasion.
Yeah, I like when Sonya's come out. It's very exciting when Sonya just dies.
Sonya's my favorite hero, man. So like, I also love it.
Yeah. Early loot on the Hyde. Fall back. Take all the potions that he dropped, except for one.
Just leave that one up there for now. In case of rotating here, it needs to have a little, grab a little HP. Well, this actually might come back to bite Sign, in fact. That was a very close call. If that root connects, that might actually be a kill. Very close call there.
Yep. It was. Gen.G and Tempest, not too much going on early game. It was a close fight for Sign, but stays alive. He's going to heal up.
Yeah, and in the top lane, Lockdown is getting a little bit of extra soak. In fact, he's going to burn maybe a minion or two. Each wave of minions has 7 minions.
Yeah.
Well, if we got a shot of it, I could have told you guys exactly how much experience he missed, but I would assume about 2 minions worth. It's the little things that add up, though, at this level of play.
Yeah, exactly. Gonna match the night camps. So you see on both sides here.
It'll take Li Ming longer to clear the Siege Giant camp, so Hanzo can go over there a little bit later. He does do so. Dami is going to need some support over here.
Low, there we go.
This was coordinated and well practiced, so this was never going to be a dead Phoenix, so don't get debated in the chat, but
I would have loved to see one. Like
it would have been...
There was one time when Rehgar was soloing a camp and he ended up dying.
That's the one that usually happens.
Yeah, it was back in the days when I kind of subbed in for you, and I was like, ugh, does this usually happen?
The answer is no. The answer is no.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that about my region. I'm like, well, it was like, you know, I mean, like, I thought Korea was the best wolf. I'm like, oh, I mean, it happens, okay.
Well, didn't happen with this Phoenix.
Reset. Just going to clean these up real quick.
You see the 2 supports kind of waiting in front of the camp, kind of try to match the timing.
Yeah, Sign is just playing with Gen.G here a little bit in the mid lane, getting some extra information. They want to time this night camp after defending the night camp, ideally, of Gen.G, but Gen.G is also doing the same. That's kind of where you end up with a stalemate. So Mexican standoff with this too. So they're just going to take it as the tribute comes in. The person who takes it later usually has an advantage. That's why this game of chicken occurs. And then Tempest takes it first, so Gen.G's like, okay, we'll take ours now, as they rotate towards this red side tribute.
Junkrat and Li Ming staying at bot. See how this fight will go against the tribute. Dami.
Just gonna, you know, have to deal with the beetle, and then
yeah.
See another channel momentarily. You can see the off-lane DPS is rotating up now.
Junkrat a little faster on rotating up here.
Well, they both shot abilities at each other, and it looks like, in fact, Good is going to stay in the bot lane. Or as Reset will rotate up to mid at least, so he can be closer to giving some support here. Also going to help win that night camp battle in mid.
This tribute will not be taken anytime soon.
I mean, yeah, both these teams have like unlimited poke, so you know it's going to be a kill before we see this one, I would imagine. Reset nearly solo killed in the mid lane. Good, so he also won because he came faster than night camp. So Good is actually having a lot of problems here. This could end up being the reason why Gen.G gets this first tribute. Just better understanding of wave clear and how to use the macro here.
Ooh, Oh, sweet.
Sake's got him though.
Yeah.
So
And
Good
the
is still just,
Yeah.
you know, under pressure here. They're taking out this full mid wall now. Picture-in-picture is so important in moments like this to really showcase how wave clear can actually be a huge factor. Rich gonna finish his quest. Sign is in trouble.
Sign is just going in there. Still
Look at
stays
Dami.
alive.
He's actually playing with fire here. And that should finally be Gen.G. I'll interrupt here for just a second with that Q.
Lockdown going in.
Huge stuns coming through with the
Okay.
Anub in the choke.
They're all bunched up together. Taking all the poke damage together like a team.
It's that heal there with the potion. Sake actually probably could have stayed. Root, again, just barely does not connect, but Good is almost dying solo.
Again, you see what's happening.
But look at both walls. The mid wall's down.
Yeah.
Gen.G's trading up in the top wall, excuse me. Sake, he's gonna get it. That's the tribute going over to Gen.G, and now Tempest needs to disengage out of here.
Yeah, Lockdown actually jumped in there to try to smash him away, but it did not connect. And allowed them to take the tribute here. And Good just having such a hard time with Junkrat. The wall is going down.
Reset is just, I mean, he and Rich were two of the first Junkrat players in professional play, and he just knows how to utilize this hero well in a 1v1 situation like this. This is the boss we saw checked for multiple times in the previous series, where you could take it right before second tribute. Oh god, they knew he was coming! And I was talking about that check, they punished it.
Definitely.
They don't get the boss, but that's why Sign has to do it, so, you know, that's just how high level here's this. Storm works out. They do get the Siege Giant cap. Right before this, good job by Good to make that happen.
Blue side should be putting him out. Sign is just gonna keep tabs. Gets caught by the scatter arrow.
Okay, they're just gonna start channeling this. Sake is always the one who's gonna be able to channel. It's just how, like, Malfurion is the one to channel because everyone else needs to be able to heal. Malfurion can't heal as well.
Ooh, going in.
Nice.
Nice.
Yep. Saves him there. Gyocha actually going to try to wrap around, but he's a bit slow on it. So, in fact, that's going to be a dead Anubrock. Sake, I don't know if he gets out of this one alive. Does try to pop the root. It's going to be a trade on the Sign, very likely here. Bunker forced.
Still going to go down here. It's not looking good.
Lockdown. Does not want to get knocked into the wall. Yeah, that's a positive trade for Tempest.
Definitely 1 for 2, 1 for 3. Oh, hey, and listen. But yeah, that's gonna force Gen.G back a little bit. 1 for 3 trade. It's not looking great. The experience deficit that Tempest had, they all caught up. They're gonna hit 11 first here. The tribute still hasn't been taken here. But eventually, if Gen.G doesn't back off, this might not look great.
They are gonna get it, I think.
Yep.
When you respawn, obviously, okay. When you respawn, obviously you get you know, all your mana back, all your health back. So, in a longer fight like this with low death timers, it's like, well, you know, if they actually interrupted that, there's an argument that Gen.G actually starts to win this fight again. So Tempest ends up getting the 4 for 1, and they get an experience lead because of that, from the kill experience. They tie up the tributes. Now they've got red side advantage. 10s are up. Gen.G has the better boss fighting comp, so I don't think Tempest can actually try to make a boss play here. They're just going to trade this nightcap. Even though it's on red side, it's just not a boss play moment. Meanwhile, Sign checks boss, checks the nightcap. Coming over here. Okay, not doing this for sure. So he can rotate up. He didn't show himself either, so Gen.G does not know he's missing, so he could actually get a backline stun.
Oh,
that's what
Hanzo
Rich is
does
looking
catch
for.
him.
Yeah.
Catch him here. Tributes up. They're going to try to finish camps that were taken at mid first before they engage. Gotcha.
That's just such a funny thing to watch.
That's that.
Okay, big slows here onto the camp. Just slowing this down, slowing down the impact.
Wave clear just on the side of Gen.G is just...
It's incredible. And this wall was down earlier because of what we were just watching in mid. Meanwhile, the top push is getting extra value. Like Gen.G is not taking the tribute yet, but they are winning what happens during that moment. They are getting pressured on this mid port. They are pressuring the top port. And now Kocho and all the pressure actually almost is able to sneak this tribute, put them on curse point.
Yeah, but you know, Gen.G is definitely not in a hurry to take it because, like you said, all of the lanes they're just winning with just keeping Tempest away from the tribute.
Yeah. Just checking to see where everyone is with the Sonic Arrow. Does not hit anyone but Sign, which they already knew where he was. Just going to interrupt. Notice that while Gen.G buys time for tribute channels, they're getting objectives on the map. They're pushing the top lane.
Yep.
And as long as they don't overextend and get caught here, it's going to be a trade-off. Reset is the one to dive. Tranquility popped here. Salvo interrupted.
Ooh.
Dami.
Not looking good. Dami has to run out all the way.
Rich just gets over this wall here. He is caught. Look at this Riptire to try to protect him. The Riptire is shattered.
Wow.
Now he's stunned. Now Rich is dead.
Oh, they're getting countered now. They have to run back.
Really nice
Wow.
focus on the Riptire. That actually changed everything. He was relying on Reset's Riptire to threaten there so he could either kill the enemy Muradin there or turn on him to, or rather to, then he would leave because of the damage there and then he would escape, but blew it up there.
Yeah, Tempest was on the run actually, and you know after the Riptide just blew up right away or deleted, they took that advantage. They took that kill, and now they're just gonna match up the boss here.
Oh no! But big picture is boss here next to the tribute. The onus is on Tempest to rotate here faster. The one thing that Tempest does have going for them is in a longer tribute fight, they can actually defend the boss while getting this tribute.
Yeah.
Whereas Gen.G's boss, you know, opposite-wise that's attacking them, they can't channel this tribute and defense. That's one thing Tempest has going for them, but they need to set up for a fight now.
Yep. Gen.G also has to set up a fight and try to pick this off to get, you know, finish the tribute fight, take it away, and go defend that boss at top. Because
yeah, this actually, this tribute spawn, even though it's blue side, is like actually kind of bad for Gen.G.
yeah.
They're gonna have to fight. Look at that arrow, though!
Oh my
Oh! That's how you fight it. That's how you find the angle.
Exactly.
Good's running for his life here. Sake probably wishes he didn't use that tranquility. He didn't need it. That's going to be a one-team fight. That's going to be Curse.
It's going to be Curse that's going to just buy them time to get rid of that boss as well.
Look at Rich over here. He's just trying to get this, start this camp before camps are disabled. Yeah. And, yeah. It's going to be a massive push bot.
Boss is alive. Not looking great, and this is actually what we're talking about, how Gen.G needed to finish this tribute fight and get on with it, because if the longer the fight is, Tempest gets the advantage slowly, but they definitely finished that fight super quick, got the curse. Putting the bottom keep here.
Lockdown's already used his heroic 120-second cooldown on that one, so he's not going to be able to have so much sustainability in the fight. Gen.G looking to potentially end the map right now with a good engage. 3 seconds on arrow. Look at Rich. He's going to have that. He wants to engage.
Yeah,
there it is.
Go. The three-man stun right there coming in. Wow, everybody's just on the run.
Good. Oh, dodges that one, but I think that is going to be GG. The core goes down. Gen.G. They do it again.
Yeah.
This is the difference, you know, to hone on the point from a previous series. Those who've watched tonight from Game 1 to Game 5 here. Game 1 in the previous series, we talked about how a top-level team on Sky Temple ends the map, looks for the arrow, looks for the kill. Gen.G has the boss, they have the curse. They look for the pick to end the game. They don't timidly back off. And that's what sets apart a team that's a veteran squad like Gen.G to a team like Supernova. It's very coordinated, very mechanically gifted. But they're not at #1 in Korea just yet.
Yeah, they're kind of far. But, yeah, you saw that Gen.G, they definitely knew what we were actually thinking. And they knew they needed the pick because they saw the boss going at it at top. So they needed to finish that tribute fight fast. And they actually made that happen.
Lockdown tops hero damage here at 21k.
Wow.
1/3 essentially of what Rich is able to do. The reason for this is because he was the one who was really in the fights doing damage, whereas Dami was constantly under threat, so had to be positioned far back, and Good was cleaning lanes most of the game. He actually spent most of the game off lane, cleaning up the mess that was made by Junkrat.
And still losing the fight too.
Yeah, and then obviously losing to Junkrat there in the mid lane. So It's not like, lol, like, wow, what a bad Leeming player. It's not actually what
Yeah.
occurred here.
Mhm.
But the score screen does show that Urel tops damage because of the scenario.
Yeah.
And Gen.G just had the better setups to utilize their heroes to both win lane and take those tribute fights.
Yeah, and it actually would have been very interesting if Tempest won that last fight at the bottom tribute, and even the tribute out at 2-2, and have Gen.G kind of forcibly go to top to defend the boss, and Tempest would have pushed bot with canceling out the boss and just push it out with the double push. That would have made the game go on for a little longer, but unfortunately Gen.G was able to get that early pick off, the super fast focus down, and won that fight and get the curse and finish the game.
Yeah. Rich just gets in there, gets that Siege Giant camp right as the curse comes in, blows it up quickly, so they have some extra siege power there for the push. Just no hesitation from Gen.G the entire game.
Yeah.
Boss was at top. It was a risk if they lost the fight or
Exactly.
it took a long time. Like, they would have lost a lot from that. Top fort would have gone down. It would have gone to their keep wall. They just never hesitated.
Yeah.
We are going to take a short 5-minute or so break. When we return, we'll find out if Tempest can close this series or tie this series